The Ajanta Caves are a group of 30 rock-cut Buddhist cave monuments located in the Aurangabad district, city of Maharashtra, India. The Ajanta Caves are famous for their exquisite rock-cut sculptures, frescoes, and murals depicting the life and teachings of the Buddha. The caves also contain beautiful depictions of various Hindu deities, as well as scenes from ancient Indian epics such as the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The Ajanta Caves were abandoned and forgotten for centuries until they were rediscovered by British colonial officials in the early 19th century. Today, the Ajanta Caves are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a popular tourist attraction, visited by thousands of people every year. The Ajanta Caves were constructed by cutting into the volcanic basalt rock of the Deccan Plateau. The process of excavation was a complex one, involving skilled laborers who used chisels, hammers, and other tools to carve the caves out of the rock. The caves were initially carved out as simple chaitya halls or prayer halls, but over time, they evolved into more elaborate structures, with multiple chambers and intricate carvings. The construction of the caves was a lengthy process, taking several years or even decades to complete a single cave. The architects and artisans who worked on the caves were highly skilled and knowledgeable in the art of rock-cut architecture. The walls and ceilings of the caves were covered with plaster, and the plaster was then painted with beautiful frescoes and murals. The artists who worked on the frescoes and murals used natural pigments made from minerals, plants, and other organic materials. The construction of the Ajanta Caves involved various stages and techniques, and it is believed that different caves were built at different times over a period of several centuries. The initial phase of construction involved the excavation of the caves from the top downwards, following a plan that was laid out by the architects. The builders used simple tools such as chisels, hammers, and pickaxes to cut into the rock, creating the basic shape of the caves. Once the basic shape was carved out, the builders used more intricate tools to create the decorative elements, such as the columns, pilasters, and friezes. The decorative elements were carved into the rock using a technique called relief carving, which involves carving away the background to create a three-dimensional effect. After the carving was completed, the walls and ceilings of the caves were covered with plaster made from a mixture of mud, cow dung, and lime. The plaster was then smoothed out and painted with intricate frescoes and murals depicting various religious and secular scenes. The frescoes and murals in the Ajanta Caves are considered some of the finest examples of ancient Indian art, and they provide valuable insight into the lives and beliefs of the people who lived in ancient India. In addition to the chaitya halls and viharas, monastic cells, the Ajanta Caves also contain a number of other structures, such as shrines, temples, and stupa halls. These structures were built at different times, and each has its own unique architectural and artistic features. The Ajanta Caves were rediscovered in 1819 by a British officer named John Smith. He stumbled upon the caves while out hunting and was amazed by what he found. The caves were carved out of solid rock using only chisels and hammers, with no modern machinery or tools. The Ajanta Caves are considered one of the greatest surviving examples of ancient Indian art, with their frescoes and sculptures depicting various aspects of Indian culture and religion. The caves are arranged in a horseshoe-shaped curve, with the first caves being built on the left and the later ones on the right. The caves were used as monasteries and retreats for Buddhist monks, and many of the murals and sculptures depict scenes from the life of the Buddha and the Jataka tales. The caves also contain some of the earliest examples of Indian rock-cut architecture, which would go on to influence the design of later temples and buildings throughout India. The Ajanta Caves were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983. The caves have undergone extensive restoration and conservation efforts over the years, including the installation of modern lighting systems to showcase the murals and sculptures in the best possible way. The Ajanta Caves are located in a remote part of Maharashtra and can only be reached by car or bus, making them a popular destination for adventurous travelers looking to explore the off-the-beaten-path attractions of India. The Ajanta Caves continue to inspire artists and architects to this day, with their stunning beauty and intricate details serving as a testament to the enduring legacy of ancient Indian civilization. The Ajanta Caves are believed to have been constructed over a period of more than 800 years, with the first cave dating back to the 2nd century BCE and the last cave being built in the 6th century CE. The caves were abandoned in the 7th century CE and were eventually covered by vegetation and forgotten until their rediscovery in the 19th century. The Ajanta caves were built by Buddhist monks who were seeking a quiet place to meditate and contemplate the teachings of the Buddha. The caves were designed to be self-contained, with each cave containing living quarters, a prayer hall, and a stupa, a structure used to house relics. The caves were constructed in a highly specific manner, with each cave designed to face the east to symbolize the rising sun and the dawn of a new day. The Ajanta caves are divided into two main groups, the Hinayana caves, also known as the early caves, and the Mahayana caves, also known as the later caves. The Hinayana caves are simpler in design and decoration, while the Mahayana caves are more elaborate and feature intricate carvings, sculptures, and frescoes. The end. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe.